the UFC were actually talking to me in 2007, and when Michael Bisping won the Ultimate Fighter, and it was UFC 75, I think it was, in Manchester. I was set to referee at that event, 2007. The Monday of the event, they called me and said, "Well, you can't. We don't want you to ref." And I was like, "Well, why?" Because I was still competing, and it was like, and which I understood. And then you get like,
is that the reason? Was it?
Yeah. And I understood all that, and I was like, "Okay, no problem." And then we kept in touch, and then I had the 2 more fights.
Who reached out to you at the time?
Beats Mark Ratner. Well, it was actually Marshall Zelaznik. Marshall was the guy who used to run the UK office. Great guy. And then Dave Lewis. I was talking to them, and we'd gone back and forth a couple of times. Me and Mark kept in touch. And then I'd come back. I'd had them 2 fights at light heavy, beat Cerati, and I was like, "That's it." And I remember he looked at the state of my face. He fucking hurt me bad. And then I was like, and the reffing kept going, and the UFC was like, "Let me know what you're thinking of doing." So then it went into 2008. Me and Mark were talking back for an email, and I said, if you remember, I was set to have my last fight would have been 2008, and I was fighting Kevin Thompson. But remember Ross Mason story? I'll get into that another time. So the fight didn't happen, and then I was like, "That's it, I'm done." And the UFC came to Birmingham, UFC 89, October of 2008. And I made my UFC debut as a ref in my hometown in 2008.
How nice is that?
Mad.
Your hometown as well.
And then now I'm in 17th year with the UFC.
So to start, was it just sort of like on a UK show, European show basis?
All UK shows.
So when did that then snowball again into, obviously now you and Herb Dean, I would say, are probably arguably the most 2 notable referees on the planet. When you hear like Joe Rogan and stuff, they always either talk about Herb Dean or Marc Goddard. When did it become that, where it was like, we're going to start flying all around the world to do, and not just the UFC, obviously you do a lot of other big promotions as well.
Yeah. So obviously when I started reffing 2004, and I was with Cage Warriors, and like I said, that I was different from everyone else. Because, I was doing things that no one else would do. I wouldn't stand, I remember walking out of my house, remember House of Pain and shows like that. I'd go to events and literally walk out of them and go, "Look, I'm not here, I can't do that." And I just remember I set my stall out and I was just doing things, I was just approaching it differently.